With its highly classified mission to protect the timeline, Starfleet Command would decide to build the biggest starship design they had ever created under the guise of scientific exploration and border defense, and thus the Universe class would be born. But what do we know about this massive starship design? Well, today we'll find out. Hello and welcome to another episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon, a Star Trek web series that dives into the history of any given topic using beta canon sources and my own imagination to fill in the gaps. In today's episode, we're taking a look at the Universe class as first seen in Star Trek Enterprise to better understand its place in Star Trek history. Please note, this is a continuation of the 26th century storyline I started way back when with the Paladin and Sagittarius classes. It should also be noted that all of these videos have alluded to certain elements of a grander tale of the Temporal Cold War, and the events that would lead to the Temporal Accords. Because of the nature of that conflict, I've decided to dedicate an entire video to those events. So worry not, by the end of this series, I hope that you will all have a better understanding of the Temporal Cold War. But as always, because this is just a beta canon video, all information relayed should pretty much be taken with a grain of stardust and only considered a little bit of Star Trek fun. And so, with all that out of the way, let's begin. Having smaller, faster, and powerful starship designs to help fight in the Temporal Cold War was all well and good, but what Starfleet Command really wanted was a starship design so massive and so powerful that it could truly go head-to-head with starship designs of future eras. And so, putting together a secret team of its best starship designers, along with the best employees of the Daystrom Institute, Starfleet Command would order this crack team to create a design that could rival anything the future could throw at them. As a cover story for what would become one of the most massive starship design classes ever created, the Federation Council would tote this new class as basically a roving city in space, designed to protect the furthest borders of the Federation and provide assistance to distressed or damaged starships until adequate defense structures like permanent starbases could be constructed. The 26th century had already seen Federation membership grow far faster than Starfleet Command could really keep up with. Suddenly, the Federation had member worlds in both the Gamma and Delta quadrants, making protection of these assets a logistical nightmare for Starfleet Command. And so, the idea of a massive moving starbase-like starship design seemed to make sense, and citizens throughout the Federation would accept the idea without question. And by 2553, the Universe class would be born. Sitting at a length of a massive 3,219 meters, the Universe class would be designed to be operated by a standard crew of 3,200, with an additional civilian crew force of about 5,000 officers and crew members. It should be noted, however, that the Universe class could hold up to 1 million people should the need arise. Like smaller starship classes that also dabbled in the city in space idea, the Universe class would house a non-enlisted civilian population of anywhere from 20,000 to 200,000 people. Though normally it was impossible for a starship to contain multiple warp cores due to the immense power that a single warp core produces, this was not a problem for the Universe class, with the starship design containing 3 such cores simultaneously powering the starship. As a result, the Universe class would have a standard safe cruising speed of warp factor 9.9, with an emergency maximum speed of warp factor 9.999 for 112-hour increments. The Universe class would also be transwarp capable, and due to the class's massive available power store, the Universe class would be the fastest starship design of her era. Tactically, the Universe class would be as well armed as any starbase facility within the Federation. Not only that, but she would be equipped with Starfleet Command's latest temporal weaponry, including temporally phased phaser emitter arrays, as well as torpedo launching systems capable of firing photon, quantum, transphasic, and the newly developed tachyon torpedoes. And like her smaller sister Starship classes, the Universe class would also contain temporal shields, as well as a constantly running low-level temporal field around the Starship that would allow vessels of this class to be immune to changes in the timeline should one occur. The outer rim of the Universe class's saucer section would contain various hidden docking latches to allow other starships to dock with the class to receive repairs, or simply to allow a weary crew easy access to shore leave facilities. The interior of the Universe class was a giant departure from the standard configuration of Starfleet's Starship Designs that it had been using since the NX-01 had launched back in 2151. Though the vessel did contain multiple standardized decks, the massive size of the Universe class would allow for a non-standard city-like scape to be created. Actual buildings with walkways, parks, or even waterways, combined with holographically created skyscapes, would give any occupant on board the Universe-class vessel the impression that they were actually on a planet's surface. Schools, universities, scientific and medical complexes, as well as recreational facilities would all be included in this fashion, while living quarters, both single and family dwellings, would be housed on more traditional decks of the Starship. The Universe class would also make full use of the advances in holographic technology, including emergency command holograms capable of handling any of the Universe class's stations or systems, as well as recreational holographic programs capable of answering questions or assisting the civilian population as necessary. Overall, the Universe class's very nature made her a sight to behold, with the second starship of the class even carrying on the USS Enterprise legacy with a -J prefix. But the happy-go-lucky exploration and defensive missions of the Universe class were not so cut and dry as they appeared. Unbeknownst to most except its senior officers, the Universe class had a special mode that could be engaged should she be required to fight in the Temporal Cold War. This battle mode, called the Archer Protocol, would essentially shut down the Universe class's non-essential systems and divert that excess power into its weapons and defensive systems, increasing their power exponentially. The Archer Protocol, however, was only to be used in extreme emergency situations, and preferably done after the civilian population of the class had been evacuated to prevent the Federation's general public from discovering the true nature of this class. The Universe class would continue in operation until the re-signing of the Temporal Accords in the early 31st century, after which all vessels of the class would have their nacelle and engine components removed and be repurposed as Federation starbases throughout the galaxy, where some remain in operation today. Created under the guise of exploration and protection, with its true purpose being that of ensuring the integrity of the timeline, the Universe class would come to symbolize the grand scope of the Federation's technical advancement as a great city in space, earning this class its fascinatingly important place in galactic history. Thank you for watching today's episode of Truth or Myth Beta Canon. What do you think of the Universe class and the historical narrative that I've created here? Do you want to see more videos like this one? Well, leave your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, hitting that little bell icon so you won't miss a single video we release. Want to help the channel fly around in a great city in space? Then consider becoming a channel member subscriber or channel patron, both a major help that allows this channel to purchase resources and 3D models to keep it going. The link to both memberships is in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Live long and prosper.